I heard about the novel, first of all. And at that time, I had very excited friends from Hong Kong and Singapore who got in touch and said, have you read this book? You must really make this into a movie. So when I read it, I could understand why, because it was funny, and it was a good take on the super rich here, their lifestyles. And what really got me going was when John Chu was attached, because I felt that this really needed a director who understood the culture, but also had a very dynamic sense of humor, but very grounded in the cultural realities of what it takes to be an Asian. Eleanor Young, she's formidable. Everybody looks at her and tremble in their shoes. No, I think she's a very protective, very caring mother. She is trying her best to be the best daughter-in-law, which is never easy. But she's trying to keep the family together because she understands what this family means, not just to themselves, but for many other families that depend on them and their work. And I think, of course, like all mothers, you want your son to be back home. We send them away abroad so that they get a better education. But you hope that after they've gone abroad, they don't stay there. They still want to come home and do more for their own country, for their own family, for their own company. And I think she's working very, very hard towards that. And then, of course, comes this girl that she thinks is unsuitable simply because she understands that this young lady has no idea what it takes to be in a traditional Chinese family. It's been amazing working with John. I really, really had a great experience because he is one of those directors that knows what he wants, but is very open to listening and to understanding and maybe learn something new or have a different take on it. And he's also surrounded by the most fantastic producers, with Nina Jacobson and John Panotti and Andrew. So it's very vital that he's surrounded by people who supports his vision. And he has very, very strong visions, which is fantastic, which is what this movie really needs. Kevin Kwan, the author of the book, we had the privilege of meeting dear Kevin when he came on set, and it was so charming because he was just standing at the door and I saw this gentleman just staring and smiling at me, and I was thinking maybe I know him from somewhere, and it was Kevin, because he told me the story when he first met Nina Jacobson. He says, my dream to play Eleanor Young is Michelle Yeoh. And he said, I was watching my dream come true. So I thought that was so sweet. When you're here, it's very organic. When you step out and you feel the heat, the tropical air, and if you walk into that hawker center, all the different foods, all the different smells, and if you look at the wedding, the reception, the colors, simply because you're in a tropical climate, the orchids, all the colors are real and vivid. So that's the importance of being in here. Even though we have some of the most amazing set designs when you shoot inside the studio, nothing beats being in a real location. There's just something about it that is very tangible. You can, put it in your hands and you can feel it here.